Guys, I'm so sad. Like it has been a really bad year for Nigeria. We didn't even make it to the World Cup. Like, can you imagine that? AJ lost his belt. Camaro lost his belt at the late minute. Then last night again it happened. Adesanya lost his belt at the last round. I just don't know what to say. Like I'm just so sad. But on the flip side, our women have actually done really well. We've had some huge wins, even record breaking wins at the woman's side. So I think that's okay for me. At least I'll take that next year. Okay, now let's get into the UFC 281. I'll be starting with the Molly McCain fight. Like that fight, everybody was hyped up for it because it's Molly again in the octagon. So and then you know what it does. Like you know what she does when she gets into the octagon. She's very explosive and very fun to watch. Like even the way the fans were actually rooting for her in the United States, which is actually Enix Blankfeet's base because she's from the United States, and then she's a very young athlete, 23. So ideally, everybody's expecting the crowd. Like normally, the crowd's supposed to be for her, but because Molly being Molly, she has built this very huge fan base, and then she stole the show at the beginning. Everybody was behind her. Then the fight started. My God, it was completely the opposite because Blankfield was just so explosive and so calculated. Like if you understand the game, actually, you know how good she was. And then everybody actually said it that Molly was going into that fight as another underdog, which is actually a very true stuff. But for regular fans, you can't really understand the way she took her down, controlled her, she controlled the whole game, like she controlled the whole round easily. The way she was able to just put her in the crucifix and then just render her completely lifeless. Like she was not even able to even defend herself. I was even thinking maybe the ref is going to come in and stop this stuff, like because Molly was not even able to even defend at all. She was completely defenseless. And then she got her into the camera, like, and that's one of the deadliest submission in the UFC, like in mixed martial arts. And most people, when you get into that camera position, most people they don't really understand the weight of the damage that position does to them. So they try to just like dig in and then wait and see maybe they'll be able to get out. And if you actually listen to the commentary, like they were actually telling Molly to please tap because if she doesn't tap very early, she might she might just break her hand. And then the fight was actually very incredible. It was a fun fight, and and Blankfield was able to show the world like, oh, she's legit, and then respect to her. So the next fight I'll be talking about is actually the strawweight women champion, like the championship. It was incredible. I actually expected the fight to go the way it went actually because I was expecting Carlo Exposure to slow down like and then we know the way and Wing Lee was like she's very explosive and then the level of striking is just different. She's just so good at throwing those hands, and I know she will be just too much like for Carlo to be able to handle, and then that's exactly what happened. And then she got immediately in the first round, she got Carlo into this position where she was so desperate. She was just shooting for takedown and what, and one was able to defend properly. She was able to do everything. Like she did everything right. And then the second round, Carlo initiated the takedown. Then before you know it, it was it was over because one was able to take her back, and then that was it. And then the most interesting fight of the night, everybody knows that this is how the fight is going to go. So it's just Chandler and Poirier in the octagon again. It's always going to be fun. It has always been like that for years. Like these guys, they go into the octagon and they just go there with the mindset killed or be killed. They throw everything out there. Okay, let's go through the way the rounds went. The first round, Chandler was actually having a lot of success, was pressing Poirier back, and then he hurt him really bad. And I was like, God, I think this is the end of the match. But come on, the difference between Poirier and Chandler was actually very obvious in that first round because Chandler hurt him and he was able to get him against the defense, but he was just throwing without accuracy. He was just throwing explosively. But when Poirier was able to get back and just and add him out, it was actually a different ball game. Like all the strike he was throwing was just very accurate. It was just landing one after the other. The combinations were just perfect. And then if not for the bell, Chandler would have been out of it. Like then the second round started. Chandler came in again, pressing normal Chandler. Then Poirier hurt him so bad that his nose was just bleeding, like really bleeding really bad. And luckily for Poirier, that nosebleed was actually one of the things that helped him because there was a time in that round when Chandler was controlling him on the floor and he was trying to actually get a real naked choke on Poirier, but he was not able to get it because of all the blood that was on Poirier. So it was easy for Poirier to be able to get out of the naked choke and all. Like he because it was able to because of the lubrication that the blood was able to like the effect of lubricants, the lubricating effect that the blood was able to have. But the third round, my God, like Poirier was going into that round like, okay, well, this is it. I need to take this guy out. And then Chandler was just like, okay, maybe if I could control this round, then I'll be able to get it. Then Chandler went in for the takedown, shoot for the takedown, and then Poirier just was able to just defend, turn around, and just was was able to get Chandler's back. And you know when Poirier gets your back, it's a bad news for you because the guy is just so good. So and then before you know it, submission, rear naked show. Then Chandler is out of the game. I'm very happy for Poirier, and I will say this: I really want him to get a title shot because I know this guy's at his peak. Probably he has just maybe 5 games left. So I want him to really get a title shot and probably maybe be able to defend his title for 1 or 2 times before he call it quit because the guy has actually been in the octagon for too long. He has been hurt several times and then it tells on the body as you get to there. Then the final match, my God, I'm so sad, but let's just go through it. First round, Adesanya calm, cool, and collected. Pereira was coming at him, having some success with the leg kick, but and Adesanya was still able to control the round, and I thought he won the round because at the end he was able to land some very good punches at the end. And then the second round, Pereira came in explosive and easily won that round. He took an easy down. I was not even expecting the takedown, like Pereira taking someone down. Nobody even expected that. Like, but it was cool to see. Then the third round was one of the funniest rounds I've ever watched in the UFC. Pereira and Easy and Pereira trying to wrestle, like it was just so funny. They were making a lot of mistakes, but it was actually cool. They were getting the other person in a very bad position, but they don't know what to do next, stuff like that. Then it was easy on the back of Pereira, but he was not able to control Pereira because Pereira is a very big guy, and then he's just so tall. And then Pereira would have actually been very hard for someone that is actually a very good wrestler control on the ground, not to talk of someone that wrestling is not really his game. So Adesanya kind of really find it very hard to control him, but he did a very good job. And then he won the round easily. Then the fourth round came in. Adesanya landed some good shots. Pereira was actually very frustrated in that fourth round. It was a clear win for Easy. He did everything right. I think it took him down too as well in in the fourth round. Then at this point, it is 3-1. So Adesanya is winning, and all he needs to do was just control the final round, and then he still remains the UFC middleweight champion. But it's UFC, anything can happen anytime. And then that's exactly what happened. And it was even funny because it was Easy that tried to leg kick Pereira and then got hot. Like got Pereira checked the leg kick and then Easy got caught and he was not able to recover from it. From that leg kick, he was not able to move, he was not able to, and you know Pereira, when Pereira pounces on you, when Pereira smells blood, Pereira goes for the kill. And that was exactly what happened. It was just when even after the end of the round, when the ref stopped the round, I was actually thinking maybe it's an early stoppage because I was thinking, ah, no, no, this guy is not down now. And but when I saw the match again, I was like, oh, I think it's a very good stoppage. So, and I think everybody's going to agree on that. But unfortunately, Nigeria has lost all the belts